Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, April 21st. If you're watching us live, it's either on Facebook or Twitch. If you're just listening, do us a favor. Check us out on Twitch. It's a place to watch us. Go to Twitch, search the handle at DFrizzy _, which is a little line, Frizz with the number 5. Give that thing a follow. If you're feeling generous, maybe a sub. That'll give you all of our content live and some of D's bonus content, which is great as well. Good show for you today. We're going to talk about the NBA predominantly because the playoffs tipped off this Saturday. And I think since we talked last, we also got through the play-in as well. I don't know if there's anything to touch on in there, but it's kind of old news at this point. So we're going to recap some of the playoff action, look forward to the playoffs. Lots of basketball, to say the least. But before we get into all that, D, how you doing, man?
What up? Tired as mug. And I say that normally we're always tired when we come in here. But we have the random Monday off, right, for Easter Monday. I know that you probably got some words on that one, but your boy fell asleep on the couch about 30 minutes ago. So if it weren't for the missus that understands that we do this every Monday, she's like, you got to get up. You got to go downstairs. I probably would have slept through this. So that's where I'm at right now. How you feeling?
D, you have an amazing superpower that I wish I had.
No, you don't.
You could sleep anywhere, anytime, any day. My ass takes like so many medications to just fall asleep at night, and this man is dead ass like passed out snoring on the couch at 7:30 at night.
Yeah, I was KO'd, and like with the random holiday that we have for today, we put on a movie for the little ones upstairs. My couch is comfortable AF, and I'm saying like I don't think there's been a time where I've laid down and I haven't fallen asleep. So like I lay down, I'm like I'm gonna stay up. I got this show, just knocked out real
I'm
quick.
surprised you're off today. You told me you have Easter Monday off, which is random as fuck because we don't.
I didn't have today off.
Well, you didn't have off, but like you said, there's an Easter Monday, which I don't understand. I had off. Well, we had off up here, Patriots Day. Shout out to the marathon, the Boston Marathon, also known as Marathon Monday. A lot of people in Boston have the holiday off. I did not, but I took it off to be with the family. And you were saying you had beef against random holidays, and I'm here to say this. Give me all your holidays. Give me a holiday for like National Breakfast Donut Day. As long as you give me the day off of work, I'm here for it, man.
If you get the day off of work, but like I have a gripe with those holidays that you don't. And I remember you said Patriots Day, completely forgot that was a thing. But like here, we had Easter Monday. We've been down here for 3-4 years. We didn't have this shit last year. So like the town just randomly made up the day to be like, oh yeah, schools are closed. What? So that pissed me off because I got to work today. But Columbus Day, another dumb ass holiday. It's always on a Monday in October that I gotta work. I've never had it off, but there's people that get that day off. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like any of those days.
So,
go ahead.
It sounds like you don't have problems with the Monday holiday. It's just that you're not included in the fun.
I hate them. Yes, it's not. I don't want to say fair, but like it's bullshit is what it is. There's got like half of America. Well, it's a holiday, so we get the day off. I'm like, well, how the hell do I get the day off? Like, this ain't even a shot at my old employer, but like when I used to work up north, they'd be like, oh, it's a holiday where everybody's home. Word, go and pitch them at their houses while they're home. And I'm like, so I gotta fucking work while everybody else kicking their feet up with, watching TV or what you're probably doing, watching the Red Sox because they tip off. I mean, the first pitch is at like 11 o'clock on Patriots Day, right? It's early.
It's early, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, go to work, get your lunch pill, be ready to work. And I'm like, this is bullshit. So yeah, I can't stand any of these fake ass weak holidays that people get off.
Speaking of some bullshit, I wanted to update you because about a month ago, when was Valentine's Day? It's February 14th.
Yeah.
It was 2 months ago, Valentine's Day. You had issues at Valentine's Day, and I want to share a story. And I've already shared with you a little bit, some of the details, but maybe with the people. You held back, Dean, when you told your story about not putting a company on blast. I'm gonna straight up start this conversation with my experience. If you're listening or watching, don't ever use StubHub again. Just take me at my word for it. So this is what happened, D.
Oh, I'm here.
I'm a big Orlando Magic fan. You know this, right? My team sucks. We never make the playoffs anyways. Well, they're playing the Boston Celtics round 1. So as soon as they beat the Hawks on Tuesday night, I'm like, word. I'm going to this game. I don't care. Wednesday morning hits. I check out the StubHub. I check out the Game Time, Vivid Seats, all those spots, trying to compare prices. My price range was like, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go by myself. So I'm actually going solo. Which do you think that's weird?
Not really. If you're going to a game like this, I mean, you're going to be with 30,000 people. So
I just want to sit there and just watch the game by myself, and just enjoy it. So I'm going to the game. I'm like, my price range is I'm gonna spend $350 is my most for a playoff game. Like that's pretty decent.
not bad.
So I'm looking at loge seats. Looking on StubHub, and they had the VIP section, which is the first 3 rows behind, like at courtside. And something popped up. It said $550. I'm like, damn, that's more than I want to spend. But I mean, how often you get to sit like on the court
Front row, yep.
for a playoff game with my favorite team? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Let's do this. Like, I didn't want to spend the bread, but like, I'll do this. So you have to pay the fees too. So it's like, you know, I'm paying like $650, $700 for a seat. I'm like, all right, I've been doing good with sports betting. I'm gonna cash out all my sports betting winnings. I'm gonna cover this. I got this. So I click the section, VIP section, and it goes to the checkout, and it's like VIP section 12. Cool. Advance to the next section. VIP section 12. Enter your credit card. Cool. Enter. Advance. All right. Are you sure you want to make this purchase? VIP section 12. Yeah, let's do it. Click it. I'm pumped. Like, all right, whatever. I just did it. The next screen, it's like, oh, here are your seats. It's like Lowe's 12, row 18. I'm like, dog.
Oh, no.
And by the way, I find out row 18 is literally the last row in the Lowe's.
Oh, side. Of course it is. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, that's not what I bought. Like, something's wrong here. So like, I went through the customer support, went through everything with StubHub, right? They could give 2 shits. Dead ass. I had to like be like, give me your fucking manager, like whatever. Like they're like, you can call this number, whatever. Long story short, like I literally had to take a video of like my screen and show them that it's not working, and sent it in. They're like, oh, she's like, oh, this makes sense. Like I'll have to like send it to the team to review. The fuck does that mean? Like,
no review, give my money back. Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't have any power to make this change. Like, it has to be reviewed by like our internal team. Dog, I bought the ticket on Wednesday. It is now Monday night. I haven't heard shit back from StubHub.
Ugh.
And I only have the ticket that they told me that they bought instead. I got nothing right now. The only thing I have,
can't even go to the game.
The only thing I have right now is $750 removed from my banking account.
Oh, I mean, you a nicer guy than me, because I'd probably still be on the phone
tomorrow. I'm calling tomorrow. I'm just gonna give him hell.
Nah, bro, you can't hang up the phone.
You know what the worst thing is too?
That you got $750 taken from you?
No. So like after the fact, I'm like, I should have known better. Like this is like, there's no chance like you get these seats for that price. Like I should have known better. Like, you know, I would have never.
That's not on you.
I would have never had that anyways. I was told myself, I was like, I wouldn't have that opportunity anyways, right? Getting those tickets. Dog, I looked this morning at 10 a.m. Those fucking exact seats that I wanted were legitimately there for the price I paid.
Yes, like I said, I wouldn't be off. I'd be on the phone with them still. I'd have been like, Frizz, I got it. Sorry for you. I'd be like, Trudeau, we got to cancel the show. I'm still on the phone with StubHub.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm not.
Yes, you have to do exactly that. You have to be that guy that I don't want to be. Yes, you do.
The thing is, like, the woman I was talking to literally could not do it herself.
I don't care. You figure it out so that she has to. You do something so that she has to figure it out. That's their job. Their job is to try to get this fixed. Yeah, bro.
Can you call for me and just be an asshole?
I can. Yeah.
So
we can't. You can't let that happen, bro.
I got nothing right now.
Yeah, I know, and you can't even go to the game.
I don't even know. You know why? Because they probably
for me, bro.
The tickets that they actually probably sold me were probably now double booked. Is like what probably happened. So now, like, I'm just shit out of luck because their system's fucked up. So, moral of the story: don't use Game Time. Use Game Time. Use Vivid Seats. Don't ever use StubHub because they don't give a shit about you at all, and they will take your money and just dick you.
Yeah, that's tough.
Speaking of basketball, I might or may not be going to game on Wednesday. Game 2 of the Celtics Magic, but we'll talk some other NBA. Small sample size.
Mm.
We have one game played a piece for each team.
Yep.
There are games going on right now. I don't know who's playing tonight on Monday.
Right now, the Knicks are playing the Pistons, and I'm pretty sure there's another game that tips off at 10. Clippers Nuggets.
Yeah, round one's really weird because they do a lot of games in between for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like 3-game layoffs.
3-day, yeah. So Lakers played on Friday, and they don't play until Tuesday. They played on Saturday, and they don't play until Tuesday.
All right, what are your some real small sample size takeaways? Like just one thing that stood out to you from the first game for each team.
I know that the obvious is probably the best series, so I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to go a take that I'm actually getting annoyed that I keep seeing it, and it's pissing me off. People need to understand how good Oklahoma City is. What I mean by this is, hold on. Every time I see, I watched that whole game, and I was like, this is an ass whooping. The third biggest ass whooping in the history of the NBA playoffs. That's what we witnessed on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day it was. But every time I hear some sports head or I talk to anybody in my friends group, they talk about how Memphis just wasn't ready, how bad Memphis looked. Nobody's talking about how good Oklahoma City looked and how they forced Memphis to look like shit. And they beat the shit out of Memphis every single game this season. So it's like we're not. I think I said this to you. The Oklahoma City are the most underappreciated 68-win team I have ever seen. Because these guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 10 points. I don't even think he scored 10. I'm off with that. What I mean by it is your superstar, first team All-NBA MVP wasn't even a factor, and the team blew out another NBA team by 50 points. That's how fucking good this team is, and it's scary that people are they'd rather downplay the competition versus acknowledge how good this team is. That's my biggest takeaway one of the biggest takeaways for round one is this could be something that we have to deal with for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he scored 15 points for the game. I will say, I'm going to start by saying I told you so. Because we came on last week and talked about the Thunder, and you're like, I don't know, man. They need to have their moment where they get knocked down and
I was wrong.
and pick themselves back up for next year. I'm like, no, this team's just that good. I think they finished this year. If they didn't finish the year, they were on pace at the very end of the year to finish with the best net rating of all time, surpassing the Celtics of last season. So this team's legit. It's crazy. I will say this. It's probably a little bit of both. Memphis has been flailing the last month of the season after firing Taylor Jenkins. And even before that, this team has huge issues and holes in their roster. But the crazy thing is that Oklahoma City did this not playing playoff basketball at all. And when I say that, I mean this. At the end of the first quarter, they had already had 11 players sub into the game, or played in the game, which playoff basketball,
it's usually a 7-man rotation.
7 when you get to round 2, maybe 8 in round 1. OKC's just fucking around right now and beating a team by 50 points. And the major advantage they're going to have coming out of the series, obviously, they advance quickly, but even if they sweep them in 4, right? You're going to see guys like SGA play maybe 100 minutes in the series potentially. They're going to have a week off of rest prior to the start of the playoffs, like a warm-up series in round 1. They're going to play the winner of 4-5, which is Denver Clippers, and that's probably going to go to 7.
Yes.
Against a team like maybe the Clippers, who are historically dealing with injuries, or Denver, Jamal Murray is always banged up. They're going to have a fresh set of legs versus whoever they play next. They might have a cakewalk to the Western Conference Finals.
Health is the biggest thing that you just mentioned, because it's not just about the rest. They have young players. There's no veteran Hartenstein. You know what I'm saying? There's no veteran player. Caruso, I guess you can kind of say him.
I would say their most seasoned guy, Hartenstein, you could get that Caruso. Maybe Lou Dort. He's been there and played in the playoff series before.
But even he like his 3-and-D like play style is he's 26, 27 years old, right? He's not 30, 33. He's like the whole team is just young, and they just go out there, they hoop, and they go home. Like I think Jalen Williams was interviewed, and they're like, "Hey, so like, what's the deal with like, how do you guys manage rest versus like the NFL thing, the bye week, or do you keep playing?" And they were like, "Well, we've been playing like this for the past 2 months. Like, we kind of wrapped up our season, so like the guys that usually don't get a lot of playing time in the playoffs, we use them at the end of the season so that they could be ready for the playoffs." And it was like they're playing chess while everybody else playing checkers. Like they knowing that they'd get a weak ass matchup round one. All the guys that played in this game that they blew out Memphis, they were getting them ready last month to be like, "You guys, we're gonna blow out whoever we play round one, so you guys get all of your minutes in right now." And look at where we are, man. Like I said, it's not like like of course you picked the best team to have the best performance. Like, no, like that was an ass whooping. And I'm not expecting every single game to be a 50-point blowout, but like that's a statement that they just go, we can flip. We're not a flip switch team. I always give that to champions.
Yeah.
They are a team that can just be like, no, we are one. We can flip the switch and let you guys know when we're ready to play playoff basketball, like you said, and not have our 11th and 10th man off the bench go in and play minutes.
The Thunder are so unfair as a franchise because we talk about how much young talent they have on this roster now. They have so many goddamn draft picks still.
Just about to say they still have assets. Presti did a fucking phenomenal job building this team together.
It reminds
and they didn't even draft Shea. Like a lot of people don't realize that part.
They got that like Paul George trade.
Yeah, like he was in LA and they didn't know what to do with him. They were like, well, I don't know if we want to keep him. We could build around him. And like the Thunder they were just about to draft Chet, and it was like, oh yeah, we'll take him. We'll get rid of Paul George's old ass, and
he's been there for a while.
Shea, 5?
Yeah,
it's been 5 years.
5 years or something like that.
Okay, well there we go. Like they got a young, promising Kentucky. Shea was Kentucky, right?
I'd have to double check.
I think he's Kentucky. I don't think he's Kansas. I know he's he's one of those like major programs. He wasn't North Carolina. He wasn't Duke. I'm pretty sure he was Kentucky. But like they got a prime point guard. And then because of their draft capital, they got Chet. And then they were able to get other pieces around them. He was Kentucky? Yeah. Like that's just insane. It's not luck. You have to build properly. And they did it right. They got the draft capital. They got the superstar.
This is my next point. You said they have to build properly. I do think that's kind of bullshit, what you say there, because they at the exact same time as Philadelphia were doing some of the worst shit. Like the Thunder were actively tanking and sitting guys to miss the playoffs. Like people forget because it's Oklahoma.
They got rid of Westbrook
because they shipped out Westbrook, they shipped out Paul George, they shipped out Chris Paul, and then they actively tried to lose games. There was 3 seasons ago. I think they had like they ended the season going something like 20-21. Like they actively tried to be bad for many, many years. And it's only because they're in Oklahoma City that they didn't get slapped with the trust the process garbage that Philly did in getting Embiid. So I'm just gonna say this, like doing it the right way has always been completely tanking and being important assholes. But Oklahoma City for some reason gets a pass because they're in Oklahoma City and nobody cares what goes on in Oklahoma City.
But if you're saying they actively did that to get higher draft picks, they still have a ton of draft picks. Like they still have assets.
It was good asset management. I'll give them that.
If they, it's not like they just did it and like they didn't get like the Celtics hit. The Sixers missed. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't.
It was a hit. I'm not gonna get too into that.
He's a hit when he plays, sure, but you know what I mean by miss. Like they missed with Fultz, they missed with Simmons. They got lucky with Embiid, but like they traded back and they could have gotten Brown or Tatum. Like they missed, is what I'm saying. And for 76ers, for them to be on the opposite side of the spectrum, and for the Thunder be literally favorites to win the NBA championship, I would see it as they did it right to get their team where they are right now. But that's just the first takeaway for me. I want to hear yours.
Yeah, no, we'll move off of this game because it wasn't super interesting. I'm curious what Memphis will be doing in their near term future, because they seem to have 3 guys they want to build around, but it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. What was the question? Just like your biggest takeaways from the first game? I forgot where we started. My biggest takeaway is that I liked the Pistons. We both talked about liking the Pistons over the Knicks. My biggest takeaway, and they're playing now, so I could take egg to the face after this comment. The Pistons aren't ready for this moment. It was a fun story and it was awesome. They went into the fourth quarter with the Knicks. I think it was 1 or 2 possession game. It was neck and neck. They played them really good the first couple quarters. Yeah, the fourth quarter lights hit and they just were like, "Oh shit, we're in the playoffs. What are we doing?" They fell apart. Their opening play of the fourth quarter, Dennis Schroeder was inbounding the ball, opening, just like inbounding for the start of the fourth quarter. 5-second violation. It's like they are not ready for this type of moment. And yeah, I had high hopes for the Pistons. I thought they had a chance to beat the Knicks, but seeing what happened in game 1, it just seems like they're a team that's not ready. And it's tough to say that now because, again, they're playing now. I don't know what the score is at the moment. Hopefully, they're up.
I was waiting for you to finish this so I can. The best part about us getting back to streaming and doing sports talk on Mondays. Tuesdays is usually the throwaway day, right? Like it's the media dump day. Like you let stuff go on at like midnight. Monday is like a recap of what happened this weekend. So we got to get used to this again for when we come to the football season, where we do the same shit, where you're shitting on a team that's usually, bad, and they're playing on Monday, and we look and we're like, oh wow, they're actually up by 10. Yes, the Pistons are up 40-48 right now. So it's funny that you said that.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see, exactly. Similar situation.
Game 1, it was 21 points Pistons in the fourth quarter, 40 points Knicks. So the Pistons were actually up by like 8 points going to the fourth quarter and ended by losing it by 11.
Yeah, I won't say that I don't think they're ready, but they have a young team, right? So as much as we might dump on them for blowing that lead, right? And the Knicks getting hot, the Garden was on fire. I even joked around and said we got to watch this bum ass game after the Clippers Nuggets game. Like we have to deal with this Pistons Detroit game after because it's not as fast paced. But the Pistons, I think, will be okay. I think they scrap this one. I don't know. They scrap through this series. I don't know if they win now that we saw them drop game 1 the way that they did. But if they have a big bounce back here in game 2, they go home. And all they have to do is just, again, take 1 at home. And it shows that they can win in New York. That's part of a 7-game series. You just gotta find a way to win on the road. And if they can do that today, that shows that this series can go 6 or 7.
Clippers Nuggets was the game of the weekend, right?
Yeah, that's going to be the series of the weekend. I heard probably the funniest analogy in sports, and it was Russell Westbrook is like the mystery box in Mario Kart. Like
I heard that shit. I heard that. I think Wendy said that, or someone said that.
Somebody tweeted it, and then it just caught fire across the internet, and it's like that is so true. Like the Jekyll and Hyde, not even Jekyll and Hyde, the positive and negative that you get from Russell Westbrook, just possession by possession. Like I was texting the group, and obviously, some people are streaming, so like people are behind. And on one end, he gets a block, rebound, and then on that same breath of getting the block and rebound, goes coast to coast and duffs a layup off the backboard. And he's just like you can't be mad at it. Like when he was in LA, I fucking hated it because I'm like, dog, like you're costing us games. But now when you watch it, you're just like, gosh, I mean, he's hustling. I'm not mad. I'm not knocking the hustle. He's a Hall of Famer because he averaged a triple-double off of heart. Like he's not athletically gifted as a shooter, but he's athletically gifted as a basketball player. And you can't coach Hart, right? Like he goes out there and gives it 110%. It's just sometimes that 110% needs to be bottled. And the way that game ended was exactly how it went based off of Russell Westbrook. where Jamal Murray hit his shots. Jokic did Jokic things. But when Westbrook was on the court, if he was doing good things, the Nuggets were going to win. If he was doing bad things, the Nuggets were going to lose. He just happened to have more winning plays than losing plays this past weekend.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is the Nuggets won that game with Michael Porter being an absolute
Oh my goodness,
stud. 3 points off 4 shots. It's going to be a hell of a series. I know Harden was cooking, but he did have foul trouble a lot of the game, so that definitely influenced it a bit. I love the Russell Westbrook comparison to the Mario Kart. Missed like when you hit the little question mark box. You're like, please give me that star, and you get the banana. You're like, what the fuck when you get the banana? Westbrook's gonna be one of the most interesting players of our lifetime, of like our lifetime, because he's so unique. I can't think of another player that I could think is like, oh, that's just like Russell Westbrook. You have a thought?
I do, but I don't. I think
ahead.
Westbrook is a Hall of Famer, but I think his play is like watching Jameis Winston on the football field. Meaning, some games you get a 500-yard, 5 touchdown, no turnovers, and the next game you get 250, 5 picks. One of them went back for a touchdown.
Is there another basketball player though? Like,
oh, okay, you just meant in general. No, he's a unicorn. I don't think there's another player that you could compare. That when he's on, and when he's off. Like his good wins you games and his bad loses you games. I don't think there's another player in the NBA.
I think it's tough for him because he is excellent at basketball. He was his whole career, but his playing style doesn't fit well for complementing like with any other superstar. Like he has to just be by himself to be good. Like he cannot. He's the ultimate player, Russell Westbrook, who can't take a complimentary role and like just chilling, sit out of possession. He has to be the center of attention in action.
Well, it was what broke up the OKC trio.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, they had him, Harden, and KD. Harden went, to Houston. They still had him and KD, and then KD left, and he was the center of attention in OKC for a couple of years. His style is he can fill the stat sheet, but it's not going to translate into winning. That's just how it always has been his career. It was an argument that I always. What's that?
Inefficient.
Yeah, it's an inefficient way of getting statistics, and it's like, yeah, your point guard's 6'3".
I wonder how his career would have played out if he had the exact same skill set but was
6'6".
7.
Yeah, I mean it's not even his skill set. It's his inefficiencies in shooting, because he can score. He's a scorer, but he's not a shooter. He doesn't have a great mid range. He's terrible from 3, but even a blind squirrel, they say, like he can hit a shot if it's open, but you're not like, there are people that wave him off. He's the guy that you wave off when he's at the 3-point line. You go, yeah, you want to make it, you make that shot. But he's just a very high volume, high energy stat sheet filler. But when he was in OKC, like that didn't translate into winning. And even though he's got Jokic and he's got Jamal Murray on the Nuggets, like you said, it's tough for him to take a backseat to them. But his style can steal a game. And I feel like in a time where James Harden could have went off for 40, what Westbrook did on the defensive end and rebounding side changed that game. It flipped the game in the 4th and overtime.
I know that we just spoke how round 1 has a lot of larger breaks, right? We have a 3-day break between a lot of these games, between game 1 and 2. But man, if Denver advances past the Clippers, did you see the minutes load on this team for game 1?
No, but I would imagine it's high. It's a new coach, so that it's tough for them to.
They more or less played 6 dudes in game 1.
Yeah.
They have Gordon, Porter, Jokic, Murray, and Brown, as their starting 5. And then Westbrook with 34 minutes off the bench. And then a combined 19 minutes off two other guys.
You can't mess around with rotations as an interim coach. Like, yeah, you're there, but like, how are you going to fit? How are you going to squeeze in somebody like DeAndre Jordan to spill Jokic? You're not going to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy. It's not an easy job where they're in right now. With
this
players.
Is a team that's going to fizzle out if they make it to the second round.
Dario Saric didn't play. Like they got
Zeke
names.
This
Yeah,
is tough, man.
Najee. Yeah.
This is tough. But if you're the Clippers, if you're a Clippers fan or rooting for the Clippers, it is game one. It's on the road. You don't expect it to win the road games. Like, what's the old adage? And I know you hate it, but the playoffs series doesn't start until the road team.
Road team should be the home team loses or the road team wins, whichever
Yeah.
one you want to put it.
We're talking about a game where Clippers went on the road in Denver, which is a tough place to play, the altitude and everything. They got into overtime. Like,
Had a chance to win.
there's no panic if you're the Clippers right now, especially seeing the minutes that Denver has to play to win this game at home. I still think I would lean Denver, especially with the one game, just because they have Jokic, but this could easily go the other way right now, even though it's 1-0.
It's going to be a series. It's not. We're not looking at a gentleman's 4-1 or even 4-2. You're looking at it. I think it's going 7. I don't think it's 4-2.
If it's 7, it's Denver. If it goes 6, it's Clippers.
I could see that. Yeah, 4-2 Clips. If they, they rip off. I wouldn't even say 3 in a row. I don't. There's nothing in my mind that sees Denver losing 3 or Kawhi being healthy for 4 straight. I just don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just too much against the odds for this series to end in 6. Could it? Yeah. But like one of 2 things have to happen. Kawhi has to play 5 straight games without getting hurt. And the Nuggets have to lose 3 in a row. I just don't see them doing that.
Are you at all worried about your Lakers?
Yeah, I am. I'm glad you went to that one next. Reason being is I didn't think the defensive prowess was going to hurt the Lakers, but the Timberwolves were much longer than I expected. Their length caused issues. Even someone like I don't think he's really like a defensive-minded player, but Naz Reid was causing issues on the defensive end.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but he's not like he's not a lockdown defender, all NBA player or anything like that. But he's like 6'8", and he's got like a 7'2" wingspan. You see his ugly ass jump shot; it's so weird, and it goes in. But like he caused issues for anybody that Rubert couldn't get to. Gobert, I said Rubert.
Rubert.
Sorry, I watch a lot of Turning Red. It's a Disney movie that the girls watch. But they just caused fits, and Rui didn't show up. Austin Reeves couldn't hit the bright side of a barn. Like the guys that you counted on to get you where you're at for them to be a 3 seed, very underwhelming very underwhelming the way that it went. And this is after they started hot too. The Lakers came out gunning.
Saw that, yeah.
And like I still like am reluctant to always like send a message whenever I see this, like, oh yeah, baby, Lakers in 5. I was like, let's see how this goes. And even though they were the home team, like it didn't go well. The scary part is Luka went off for damn near 40, right? Did he score 40 or he's 37? And he went 37 with 1 assist.
That's the big issue.
Yeah. Because what's gonna happen, and the Lakers are a defensive-minded team, is it's always going to come down to shooting. And Luka's best when he can drive and kick out for the 3. And if Rui can't hit the open shot, if LeBron obviously can't hit the open shot, and Austin can't, you're in some serious trouble, because something that is very underrated, and I don't understand how it's underrated when he's the league leader, Ant led the league in 3s this year. Like in 3s made, and like he's pulling up, and that's not including all of his other teammates that can also shoot the 3, which is Jaden McDaniels or Naz Reid. So they got some work to do.
Don't put some respect on Dante's.
Dante too. I mean, he came off the bench. I know he hit one from half court. I don't know how much he had 9 points. Like he was 1 for 5. So like let's hold.
No, he's a good 3-point shooter. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can be, exactly. Just on Saturday he really wasn't the threat. He just hit that half court heave. But those other names, McDaniels, Young Gunner, Naz Reid is a sniper. Like last year's, if you didn't win 6-man last year, I know he was a candidate for it. Like, and then you got Ant, who is, I'm not saying he's Steph Curry, but like we rave about how many 3s Steph Curry can hit, and Anthony Edwards hit the most 3s this season. So like he's now changed that part of his game. So a little worried. I'm not saying the series is over. I joke around with somebody had said Lakers can't win in 5 if they don't lose the first one. They're not wrong. So like it can still be Lakers in 5, but the series got interesting with them losing game 1.
A couple red flags for the Lakers. Number one, and I think it'll correct itself. The playoffs are weird, especially with role players. Role players in the playoffs, they're all over the place. First red flag for the Lakers is that outside of their 3 best players, which I'm going to say are LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka, they had a combined 18 points.
Yep.
And I'm not counting the 5 points that Don't Connect had in 3 minutes in garbage time. 18 points of meaningful basketball for anyone else besides the 3 best players in Lakers is not going to cut it.
No.
And that's a huge reason why Luka had 1 assist. That's a rare number.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the last time Luka had 1 assist was?
Probably his rookie year.
NBA Finals game 1 last year.
Oh.
So it's been a whole season since he's had 1 assist.
Yeah.
The second red flag is, and this might work for the Lakers one game and might not another game. Didn't work this game, but they quickly pivoted away from playing big men.
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes played 8 minutes, and I told you going to the series, a big concern of mine was just the length and size of the Timberwolves compared to the Lakers, especially the interior.
Mm-hmm.
Cause problems, lots of second chance points, lots of rebounding advantages for the Timberwolves. I would say this, and then actually a third red flag I just want to throw out there, and this is kind of like
said 4, but we're on 3 now.
Okay, I said 4.
Yeah.
Well, take one of those red flags out. The third red flag, and this is I heard this on the Hoop Collective today, and I just raised my eyebrows a little bit. LeBron James, this is trivial. You can say what you want about this, but he came into this game with a probable tag after sitting out for a week.
Hammy still,
and he's been getting probable tags all season. That's kind of the thing with him. NAD would just be probable.
Mm-hmm.
But the last game that they played and he played in, seemed like he was a little ginger. His hip flexor was bothering him again, and his groin, and there was
that's what it was.
Some indication that maybe he was a little light on that groin. I'm just saying, like, it's been 10 days. He's still getting a probable tag. He didn't look great in game 1. Maybe there's still a little something going on with him physically, right? And if you're not getting LeBron, he's 40 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're saying maybe. Like, there is 100%.
My point is, like,
the brother can't go to the bathroom right now without saying, ugh.
If you're not getting at least 90% of LeBron at this age, it's just Luka against the world. And he can do it, but, it's going to be a tall task.
That I was just about to say, it can be Luka against the world, but he still needs somebody, right? Like Kyrie helped him in pivotal moments last year with Dallas in their run to the finals. Austin Reeves, I'm not calling him Kyrie Irving, but he can't be the guy. No, this isn't what I'm saying. But if LeBron isn't LeBron because he's 47 years old or whatever the hell his actual age is, Austin Reeves can't be 5 for 13, right? He can't be 16 points. We've seen Austin go off for 30 plus. He's got to be that, right? And if the Lakers are going to rely on Luka, which is okay, the Mavs did it his entire career, and we saw him get to the finals in this type of stage.
Just to pause you on this.
Mm-hmm.
This Lakers roster, I don't care what you say, D, is far worse than that Mavs roster from last year.
No. You're bugging.
We're talking about a 45-year-old LeBron with multiple injuries compared to a Kyrie sidekick. Yeah. We're talking about 2 very good rim-running bigs that complement Luka's skill set. And
Lively is the same
thing. What's that?
Lively and Hayes are identical.
Absolutely not. Lively is like tier A, and Hayes is like tier E.
Wrong.
Hayes is close to being out of the league.
I digress on that. Agree to disagree. What I will say is the Lakers,
and you got PJ Washington, a good player as well.
I'll give you Washington. But with Washington, we had, was it Dorian Finney-Smith, who actually played incredible in the second half of the season. So like there's pieces. The problem is the Lakers can't fall into the realm of only going to the rim and not being able to shoot. That's going to cause a problem. And they were not able to shoot this past weekend.
Let's talk on the flip side of this. Let's talk about the actual winning team, the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing to put your flag in as a Timberwolves fan and say, "Ooh, this is something that could carry us through this series against the Lakers and beyond," is not Ant-Man scoring, which is usually what we look at and we're excited about. 9 assists, 1 turnover.
Mm-hmm.
And he has developed his passing skills, Anthony Edwards, tremendously in the past couple of years. He's becoming a better playmaker. One of the biggest weaknesses of this Timberwolves team is it's known that they can get flustered, meaning that if you blitz them enough, they're going to make horrible decisions with the ball. And Anthony Edwards is the guy primarily that's going to make a lot of boneheaded passes and give the ball up. 9 assists, 1 turnover. Like, this is excellent handling of the ball. And if they can, like, I don't expect that sort of line every game, but I'm just saying if they can take care of the ball, they should have no problem with the Lakers team.
I'll give you that. Something that I'll raise a little more is not so much turnovers, but we saw a little bit of it in last year's playoffs. It's the play of Jaden McDaniels in the playoffs. He's an underrated scorer.
He's a great defender.
Yeah,
Absolute
that's
star.
what I'm saying. He's an underrated scorer, but his thing is defense. And if he's causing issues on the defensive end for people and having lines of 11 for 13, like, you're getting the best of both worlds, a 6'8", 6'9" defender that can help protect at the rim. He's going to get lane steals. He's going to cause issues when people are shooting, like Austin Reeves. He was D'ing him up. And then you get the offensive side of things where he's hitting open shots and still getting to the rim. That is a formula for winning while you have a 3-point. We got to call Ant-Man a sniper now, right? Like, when you get that many threes, we got to give him that tag of he's a sniper, but he's an athletically gifted playmaker when he has the ball in his hands. So, yeah, these guys could get cooking. Maybe getting rid of Cat was the answer for them, where it's more of this is Anthony Edwards' team, and there's no Cat's an all-NBA player. No, Anthony Edwards is the face of the league.
Looking at these rosters, the Lakers and the Timberwolves, I think it's kind of funny. I feel like the Timberwolves have an upgraded version of every Lakers player. So hear me out. You're Gabe Vincent, who's a rotation player for the Lakers.
Mike Conley.
Dante DiVincenzo,
you give him that.
improved version. Dorian Finney-Smith, Naz Reid as like a stretch big guy. Jared Vanderbilt, Jaden McDaniels. Like, they're just kind of like the same mold, but at like a tier or two, like, more better.
Well, the Lakers got a better record, so they got the higher seed.
Yeah.
This series ain't over by no stretch of the imagination. It's just it got interesting with the way that the Lakers lost. And I'm like, got to hit the whiteboard on that one, JJ, because you cannot come out with the same game plan in game 2.
Do you think so? The word on the street is that Dame Lillard, that DVT blood clot issue has been cleared up, and he could return as early as game 2. Probably not likely, but he could be back for game 3. Do the Bucks have any shot? They're now down 0-1 to the Pacers. If Dame Lillard comes back, or do you think it's a moot point?
If he comes back game 2, they have a shot. If he comes back game 3, series is over. They're going to be down 0-2. That's going to be too much of a hill to climb back into.
But they have not played a home game. If it's 0-2, they still have not played home court.
Reason why I say that Dame isn't going to just walk on the court and drop 70. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to take him. He hasn't played in 2 months. It's been a while. I feel like he's not going to just come back and just be playoff Dame Lillard. So you're going to get the best of Giannis. We don't know what the hell Kuzma is going to bring to the table after.
He had a triple. What was
that line?
What is it called? No. There's a line for what he had. Only 1 second. A 20 zillion. He had a 20 zillion. A 20 trillion stat line.
What does that mean? Like
20 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Like, he literally had 20 minutes and 0 down the line.
He got his conditioning in. Not a single rebound, not a lane steal, nothing. He literally couldn't contribute at all. And this is the guy that I said was just as good as Tatum, unfortunately. But he was a Laker. He is a champion, though. But because of what he did in game 1, I don't expect that to ever happen again to him. It just puts it puts the Bucks in a tough spot because the Bucks got beat by Indiana last year. Like they own them. Like they have their number for some reason. I don't know why or how,
Can we
but
just say,
they have their number. What's that?
you know why they have their number? Because the Pacers, and this is not to the extent, so don't freak out when I say this. The Pacers are the Oklahoma City Thunder of the East. Like, they're just fucking good, dude. People have to accept the Pacers are a very good basketball team. Nobody wants to like think about the Pacers. They're an afterthought in every conversation, but this team's very, very good, and they're only trending up.
People don't want to accept it because of Tyrese Halliburton. People don't want to think that he's a top tier point guard because he's not a guy that's going to put up 30 points. He's barely a guy that can get you 10 assists. Like there's times where he can, but like he's not a stat sheet stuffing point guard. He's just a player out there. So people are, and I'm saying that in the most respectful way as I possibly can. What I mean by it is he's not leading the league in assists. He's not leading the league in points. He's not leading the league
is close to leading assists though.
But he's not.
He's like top 5 assists.
Yes. What I mean is
now assist leaders.
Yeah. What I mean by it is he doesn't have a glaring feature that makes you go, oh wow, he's that good of a point guard. He's just a player, which is fine. He's a great second team All NBA point guard or guard, since they do 2 guards, 2 forwards. Third team, sorry.
No, third in assists this year.
But yes, I'm with you when it comes to how good the team actually is. I mean, Pascal Siakam went there and people were like, all right, whatever, that's not going to move the needle. They still have obviously Miles Turner, who is a stretch big that wants to rebound at certain times, but not always wants to be in the paint. And you got Nemard. I don't think that's somebody that's really scary to think of. Yeah, their bench is always the bench is the problem. Thank you, Shark. Appreciate you saying that. Their bench is always a problem whenever they have to put in TJ McConnell, though, because he's just a
good player.
Yeah, he's a hard player, but he's a smaller version of Tyrese Halliburton. He can't shoot the greatest. He can't pass the greatest.
Tyrese can shoot. What are you talking about? Tyrese
Halliburton is not a shooter.
I guarantee you, he's shooting
score.
I bet you he shoots
less than 35%,
above 40% from 3.
All right, let's get the actual stats for this. What I mean by it is there's nothing that jumps off of the paper for a Tyrese Halliburton as to the type of player. I respect him. I like him as a point guard.
I was close. 38.8% from 3.
Thank you. Like he
has in the past 4 seasons shooting above 40% from 3.
And how many seasons less than?
His 2.
His career is 39. Okay.
So he's career almost a 40% shooter from 3.
What I mean by is the Pacers can be good. I don't know if I'm ready to say that they're OKC good. But they are a team that nobody really cares about. So they're not respected the way that they should be because they don't have anybody that is just one of the best at their position on their team. Maybe if Pascal continued to be what he was when he was in Toronto, but he's fallen off when it comes to like best 4s in the league. You say that, but his name's not up there. Did he even make the All-Star team this year?
I don't think he made an All-Star team this year.
That's my point. Like, and he's good. He made All-Star teams when he was in Toronto. Is they have, like, you were using the word tiers a lot. A lot of teams will have hold on. A lot of teams will have a tier 1 player, a tier 1 player, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. The Pacers have all tier 2s. And that's not bad, but that's the reason why you think that they have all tier 3.
I think we need to differentiate the tiers. This is how I do it. You have a superstar tier, which is very, very rare company. Like you have to be maybe 15 players in the league. 10 to 15 players are superstars. Star. Then you have like substar, like kind of like you're not quite a role player.
That's Indiana then.
You're like excellent.
Yes, that's
like you're not a star.
They have all 3.
Halliburton is a star. I don't care what you want to say. He is
I think he's great, but there are people that will not rank him there, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I think that I want to throw some love to my man, Pascal Siakam, because no one talks about Pascal. All right. We've all just talked shit about him post championship with Kawhi, right? It's like, oh, they can't win without Kawhi. Siakam's not a star, whatever. That's fine. Siakam, does he make that star tier for me? No, but he's like the last player out on the next tier, like the best player. And you know what? A lot of players in the tier, they got highs and lows. They'll put up like a 30-point game and a 10-point game. Look at this man's stats this year. Pascal's stat lines are this copy and paste every fucking day. What you know what you laugh about that?
I'm in agreement with you.
Someone who's going to come and be consistent and just do the right things and put the right numbers every day, contribute to winning. That's a player I want, man.
Yes, we're on the same team. I'm not arguing against you with the Pacers. Maybe the OKC part. What I'm saying is they are a team that just has non-superstar players, but they will go out there and give you a superstar effort every single night. Like
To
that's
answer the first question. No, there's no chance. Bucks are done. They're cooked. They've been bad for years. I don't know what are we doing with the Bucks every year? Like
we're holding on to Giannis Antetokounmpo being able to carry an entire team.
The Bucks used to be, and we talked about this on the podcast, like they could have won 3 championships in a row if things didn't go wrong for them.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they got rid of Drew Holiday, soon as they brought in Dame Lillard, this thing is cooked, man. They do not play defense. There is no perimeter defense at all in this team. This team has been bad for 2 years since the trade. They've gone through 2 coaches since then, or do they? Yeah, they had, who was it? After Budenholzer, they brought in a guy for half of a season and fired him.
I can't remember his name.
Wherever he was gone. They brought in Doc Rivers.
They had a winning record when he was there too.
I got to look at the guys.
They were like 40-20 or some shit like that.
Point being, this team has fallen out of the conversation and for good reasons. Other teams have passed them by. And I don't care when Dame comes back. I actually think the question is to be asked, are they even better without Dame?
No.
It's because you're losing your gain. It's almost addition by subtraction, right? As in, like, your defense is going to be better without Dame on the court. But I don't think
offense is significantly better with him.
If Dame was here all 7 games fully healthy, I still take the Pacers. They're a better team.
I mean, I'm not arguing against that part by any means. Giannis needs something for the way that his play style is. He needs something, and he just doesn't have that on that team.
A game I did not watch, and I will be honest, I did not watch this game last night because it was late. It was on Easter. I did a lot of driving. Did you watch any of the Warriors-Rockets game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll leave the floor to you on that one.
Biggest takeaway that I have for this is I know we rave about how good Steph Curry is. He's even better when he has somebody that can help him. The relief that he gets from Jimmy Butler and what Jimmy Butler is, this is I'm not saying the Splash Brothers type of, combo, but the defensive side of when Klay Thompson was in his prime and he was the true 3-and-D guy. If there were a tag of like not 3-and-D, but mid-and-D, weird to say that, that's Jimmy Butler, where he's effectively scoring underneath the arc, like in the painted area, mid-range. He's scoring in there while Steph Curry is cooking on the perimeter. They had dudes bear hugging Steph. And when I say bear hugging, I'm talking like arms behind the back, like you're taking the prom pic, like hugging him. Adrian Griffin, yes. They were like hugging Steph, and he's still sprinting around the court, catching and throwing up some crazy ass shots, and they were going in. Like Steph is a whole nother animal that I know that Houston played him well, and they held him to 4 points in one of the matchups. Playoffs is different, and this is also before Jimmy was there. They get Jimmy. Buddy Hield can hit some shots when he gets the chance. Steph goes out there and does Steph things. I love this Houston Rockets team and the energy that they bring. That is a Hall of Famer that if there's somebody that has that dog in them, like the killer instinct, you have to bury them and you have to bury him. I don't see him going down lightly. This series isn't over, but Steph showed, look, this is still, I can still do this. And he did that.
Yeah, again, I didn't watch it. The only thing that I would say that surprised me is that the Houston Rockets
sub 100 for both teams.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the Rockets wanted to play, and it's remarkable that the Warriors ended up by pulling it off. That might be one of the series where you talked about OKC having to, requiring to lose and take your battle scars and build. This might be that year for the Rockets. Which is honestly, You know what? I'm thinking about that. This might be the best thing for them if they were losing round one. And I say that because they have draft assets. In particular, they own the Suns picks.
I hate what the talks are of who they could bring in, but go ahead.
This might be a wake-up call where it's like, are we ready to be serious for the Houston Rockets? You get on the phone with Phoenix and be like, y'all want to tank and redo this thing?
Here's your picks. Let's get KD. Oh no, I heard. Yeah, I heard Booker, which would be.
That's what they need. They need point book. They need that ball handling point guard. Oh, one last thing. Just because I know you're a huge Jalen Green fan. I told you my guy's not good. He's a chucker. I think he was like 3 for 11. Let me double check.
Yes, 3 for 15.
Yeah, worse. Like that's who he is. So get rid of Jalen Brooks, Jalen Green throwing up shots.
Get rid of Jalen Green and
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. Nah, you can't get rid of Brooks, bro.
But having a guy like Booker on that team would absolutely make it scary. I don't have any other games I want to talk about. I'm just hoping that the Magic make this a competitive series. Like I told you, I'm going to game 2 maybe. I bought tickets to game 2 for Wednesday. I'm hoping game 2 Celtics show up because that's kind of what their MO is, right?
They usually lay an egg game 2, yeah. I think those are the 3 losses that they had because I think they only lost 3 games last playoffs. I'm pretty sure it was game 2.
Did they sweep? No, they didn't sweep the Mavericks.
That was 4-1.
I know they lost game 2 against the Heat. They lost game 2 against the Cavs in round 2. And then who they play in the conference finals? The Pacers. I think they tried to lose game 2, but did not.
Yes, they might have had like a big lead and blew it.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyway, I don't see nothing against Orlando.
They were tied at halftime, or the lead at halftime, which was surprising.
It was a hard fought game, and then you start to see the phrase that you hear in football all the time, the talent of the depth chart show up, and that's exactly what happened. Like the Celtics had their 6th and 7th man, Peyton Pritchard, go off. What's his name went off? Derek White went off. He had the most points in the game. Like Tatum didn't even really need to. Brown, I didn't know he was coming off of an injury. Porzingis did what he could. Drew Holiday was hitting some big threes. Like they just come at you from different angles, but it's still the same same turnout. Like somebody's hitting a 3, no matter who it is. It's just a different person.
Yeah, it's good. It was good for a Magic fan to see Paolo and Franz show up, though. 36 points for Paolo, 23 for Franz. There's just not a lot in the depth of this Magic roster. It's really sad. Again, I'm a Magic fan, and then looking at your starting lineup and seeing Corey Joseph is starting at point guard, you're like, yeah, this isn't going to work out.
Goose leg, baby.
That sucks, man. It's pretty tough. This series would be actually fun and competitive between Orlando and Boston if we had Jalen Suggs starting.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, he's done for the season. He's been hurt for months now.
I didn't know that. Yeah. That's the not Nova.
He's from Gonzaga,
kid, right? Yeah, he was the Gonzaga kid.
He's kind of like Marcus Smart if Marcus Smart was better
at shooting.
Yeah, I mean he's a good 3-point shooter. So I'm going to game 2. Hopefully we see that game 2 Celtics. I'm also going to throw a little bit of a bet on Orlando.
I fucking struck out this weekend betting. Terrible. Terrible.
You win some, you lose some, D.
No, I haven't won any. I just keep losing. I'm batting 0. I'm not even batting like 0.01. I'm batting 0. But
hit me up for some betting advice. I got you, my friend.
As long as it's a 17-leg parlay, I got you.
Yeah, you love those. All right, let's transition to closing takes. I actually don't have anything for you on closing takes. I'll think of something that you can go first, all right, and then I'll go second. But a good show. We wanted to be quick, get out of here. And next week, guys, will be super fun because we'll be coming right off NFL draft weekend, which D is psyched about. I can't wait, guys. Listen, I cannot wait. D, show him your shirt.
It's my squad, baby. Rep the New Orleans area.
New Orleans Saints fan. I cannot wait to come on this show next Monday.
Be pissed off that they drafted a
fucking about how D did not get a quarterback and that they're starting Desmond Ridder or whatever his name is next year. I cannot wait.
Yeah, can't wait.
Anyways, it'll be a good show next week. Don't forget to check us out on the Twitch, Facebook, or Next Day on Podcast. But before we get out of here, let's do some closing takes and hear what D has to say.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right, closing takes. It's a chance for us to do a little ISO ball before we get out of here. D, you were going to lead us off first. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. What you got for me today?
So I'm going to pay my respects to a legend, and I know there's no points being associated with the best closing take today, so I will take the 1 point. But big shouts to my guy, head ball coach, and not so fast sweetheart, Lee Corso. An absolutely incredible college game day career. First time that he went on live was back in '87, the year that I was born. Your boy. But college game day was a show that, I grew up watching. Saturday mornings, either I'm getting ready for a game myself or I'm watching college football all day post my college days. And just the mascot heads, the picking teams when people were against the teams that, America would pick. He just brought entertainment to what we know as one of the best pregame shows in America, basically in sports. He's retiring. He had his last show this past season. So it's going to be tough to see college game day without him. And I know they brought on guys like Pat McAfee, Nick Saban has, substituted. But it's not going to be the same. I'm going to miss the mascot heads. I'm going to miss him cursing because he's old and nobody cares. I'm going to miss the things that he would say like, slow down, sweetheart, or not so fast, my friend. Just things that would make you go, yup, I'm sitting back on a college afternoon right before noon and hearing him talk about nonsense or just something in regards to college football. So big respect to everything that you did for the college football, game itself, Lee Corso. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss pressing the square in NCAA football, and it used to be Ask Corso, and it's just coach suggestions now. So big respects to you, big dog. You did it the right way.
That's a good shout. I saw that earlier in the week that Corso was hanging it up. He's doing one last game day, game week 1 next year, I believe, right?
I didn't know that you had one more left. Good for him.
One last game day. I'm glad you shouted that out because I totally forgot about that story. It was earlier in the week, so thank you for that one. In my last ditch effort to find a closing
so you are trying to follow me up. All right.
I got you with a little something, D. I don't know if I need the full screen because I'm gonna need your help on this. All right.
Want to do this, but go ahead.
I found a story. Just came into ESPN at 5 p.m. today. This is interesting because we're talking about college football here. Headline: NCAA proposes new rules to allow direct payments to players. It says the NCAA Division I Board of Directors on Monday proposed deleting 153 long-standing rules from its handbook that would allow schools to share financial benefits directly with players. D, we didn't talk about this last week.
No.
Who was the Tennessee quarterback?
Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, so this guy was getting $2.4 million, something like that, from NIL. Wanted to leave, wanted a raise from NIL. It went sour, and he is off the team.
He's in Euclid.
NIL finally did it, and I am so happy for NIL. We clamored, at least I did, to give the players something for so long. And then NIL came along, and we thought it was the golden solution because the schools did not want to get involved and pay the players. But we want to get the money. It was this backdoor way of just giving them money from some place. It's weird. College athletics is weird, right? You have boosters, you have money all over the place, but it never just gets paid to the players because they're not getting paychecks. Well, I think we broke it. NIL got so crazy this past year, and we've seen so many transfers that it's impossible to do college athletics. With this ruling and this proposed change to that long-standing withholding of paying players from the schools, I am saying it now. If this passes, which I think it will, NIL will be officially dead D. All the money's going to go on the books through the schools. We'll see salary caps in college football and college athletics to even the playing field. This is a good thing. We're going to be paying the players. We're going to make the league competitive, and we're going to stop pretending that this is amateur sports. This is just professional minor league sports. And I think this is a great step forward for college athletics. You got a thought? You're on mute if you do have a thought.
Shit, my bad. Yeah, I said cool. I still fucking hate it. Just call it free agency. That's all you got to do. Like, gone are the days. So what's going to happen now, and it's the reason why I said I don't ever want to see paying college athletes. But we're here now, so I have to accept it. we are going to see the same 4 teams competing for national championships every single yes, you
salary
are.
cap, my friend.
You're gonna say that, but there's still back ways to get somebody's salary cap
And
money.
you can make that illegal, though.
Okay, and then if I start seeing scholarships get taken away, then I'll be happy. But miss me with
it won't be
Ohio
scholarships
State
taken away. It'll be you're suspended for a whole year.
Sure, I wouldn't mind that. Like there has to be something impact enough to prevent this from happening, because we just saw Ohio State have the highest salaried team in sports this year blitz through the entire college football playoff, because they just had superstar after superstar after superstar on their team, because they could afford it, because they could have people pay for it no matter what. So yeah, if you're going to find a way to get a cap on it, that's fine. I just don't see teams like even Arizona State, who made the college football playoff. They cannot compete with money brought into the school as an Ohio State, as a Michigan, as a Miami. These schools that have 100,000 foot capacity stadiums charging $300 a ticket, like those mid-major teams, they're not going to be able to compete. And it's just I'm not throwing the word fair out there, because we're past that. It's just that it's not a balanced playing field because of it, even if you're bringing in a salary cap.
I think a salary cap's going to make this more balanced than we've ever seen.
It's going to do something.
Hear me out. Every school, let's say, is a $40 million salary cap, right? Let's just say that, right? Which means give me a shitty school in like the Mountain
Iowa.
West. You're Iowa. Maybe Ohio State can't give that second quarterback or second running back $1 million because it doesn't fit in their salary cap structure. Well, Iowa looks at that and looks at it and says, well, shit, we don't really have the money to spend $40 million, but we have $20 million. We can give you $1 million because you're that good. You're like the 10th best quarterback in the country. Like, we can splurge on you. So I feel you're going to see players going all over the place, grabbing bags everywhere if it's capped.
We'll see, man. There's a cap in baseball. There's a cap in basketball. There's a cap in football. And we still see people get paid ridiculous money to go to the same teams over and over.
But baseball.
Why do the Lakers always have the same superstar?
These sports, when people enter the league, how do they enter the league?
Through the draft.
When young kids enter college football, is there a draft?
No.
It's free agency. It's free agency right
away.
Yes.
Call it free agency, yes.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an incentive to be bad in those sports.
I guess you're right. Sorry, you had to get me fired up with this. You said you didn't have one, and we talked NIL. It pissed me off.
When all else fails, talk NIL and D gets fired up. Well, right. I'm glad to get you fired up, even though you were on the couch. What time is it right now?
It's 9:16.
You were asleep 2 hours ago on your couch. Now you're just screaming about NIL. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Probably gonna get knock out in an hour anyway.
Well, we wanted it to be a short show, D. We talked about just be in and out, and over an hour again.
Hour and 15
every time, my man. We try to be efficient some days, and it's just like the lowest, the shortest show we can physically do is an hour and 15 minutes
every time.
That's a good thing, though. We have lots to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And to let you know, Detroit's up 15. But let's get up out of here the right way, my boy. Please make sure, like we say, anytime you guys want to catch us, Monday nights, you can catch us live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hit up your boy Frizzy _Frizz5. I'm gonna need to change my handle at some point. It's just hard for me to say all the time. Just gonna switch it to Frizz, maybe not, or drop the 5. You can also find us on our website at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. For those that are listening to us next day, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you get your podcast. When I'm getting up out of here, make sure that y'all do this. Please be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for someone. Please, please, please. It's the summertime, y'all. Make sure y'all take care of y'all mentals. Please, please, please. Make sure y'all take care of y'all physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children. And we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once,
I love this one.
shame on you.
We gotta get new ones though.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.